Today on Hornet News, students speak about their semester goals.
ASI talks about the food pantry at the semester's first pop-up pantry.
And we find out what's in store for Black History Month. Hornet News starts now. Hello everyone, and welcome to Hornet News. I'm Savannah Solly.
And I'm Mac Irvin III. With the start of a new semester comes new goals. Kelly Kiernan and I asked students what their goals are for the new semester. A new year brings a new semester, new classes, and new goals. The State Hornet asked students what their number one goal is for this semester.
My number one goal for the semester is to get a grip on what exactly college is and the schedule and managing time.
Just to maintain my mental health mainly, eat well. I do yoga and cycling at the well, so just maintain my body and stuff.
My number one goal for the semester would probably be to be more engaged in the on-campus community and maybe join a club, just so I can get out of my dorm and have a little bit of fun instead of just stressing about school.
Probably to not procrastinate as much and keep my GPA high.
Adulthood sucks. Worst hood I ever been in, for sure. But we're adjusting. My number one goal is to pass all my classes and learn how to prioritize and focus on the things I need to focus on instead of just lollygagging and trying to find my way around it. Just focus on the main things that's important right now. This is a struggle, bro. The morning classes will be hitting you. You be not wanting to wake. Right, you be not wanting to wake up.
So like I said, I'm a senior, so my number one goal would be to graduate, pass all my classes and be out of here. It's been a long time coming, so I'm excited to finally be done.
This has been Mac Irvin III and Kelly Kiernan reporting for the State Hornet.
The Iowa Caucus was held last Monday. Technical difficulties left Americans with several questions. Gavin Rock explains.
The 2020 election kicked off Monday with the Iowa Caucus. What is a caucus and how is it different from a primary? Political science professor Danielle Martin breaks it down.
A primary is a secret ballot, so it's casting a ballot in the same way that you would during a general election. A caucus, on the other hand, is a meeting at a set time and place. You have to be there for the duration of the caucus, and during the caucus you debate and you deliberate with your neighbors, your community members, etc., whoever else is there, and then in order to quote-unquote vote for your candidate, you move to what area of the room your candidate's supporters are at. They do an initial count, and then any candidate who's not considered viable, they then can move to other candidates' supporters around the room.
The results of the caucus were delayed due to technical difficulties.
From my understanding, there was an error in the app that was used to transfer vote tallies from the caucus leaders to the Democratic primary, the Democratic Party, delaying the results quite a bit. And so there were some ways to phone in the results, but considering the party was not expecting this type of error, from what I read, there were not enough people to take those calls.
And it was kind of, a big letdown because a lot of us were awake at 10 p.m. And then we're trying to go to sleep and getting updates on Twitter at 1 in the morning, and woke up a little bit jet-lagged feeling.
I think it shows that we still have some issues with trying to integrate technology into our election process.
As of Tuesday, February 11th, the Associated Press said it was still unable to declare a winner. The Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg campaigns requested a partial recanvass, according to the LA Times.
It's really important for winnowing the field, for narrowing down which candidates are the most viable. So voters see that, donors see that, the media sees that. And so it's most likely that those are the candidates with this momentum that are going to do better later on as well.
This has been Gavin Rock and Mercy Sosa reporting for the State Hornet.
Softball started on Friday, and both basketball teams began the second half of Big Sky play. Sean Holko is here to give you the weekend recap and baseball preview.
Thank you, Mac. With the month of February upon us, Sacramento State sports are in full swing. While the winter sports teams are nearing the end of their seasons, the spring sports teams are just getting started. I'm Sean Holko, and here's your State Hornet Sports Weekend Recap. The Sac State basketball teams played Weber State and Idaho State. The men played on the road while the women were at the nest. The men lost 70-66 in a close contest to Weber State on Thursday night due to a 44-point outburst from the Wildcats' Jarrett Hardin. The Hornets earned redemption on Saturday night, defeating Idaho State 63-59 to earn their first Big Sky Conference road win of the season and snap a 4-game losing streak. The men are now 12-10 overall. The women overcame a 15-point deficit to defeat Weber State on Thursday night 58-52. However, the Hornets struggled on Saturday afternoon and lost to Idaho State 75-51. The women are now 7-15 overall. Both tennis teams were in action on the road over the weekend. The men lost to Cal Berkeley 4-0, while the women lost to Cal Poly 7-0. The men are now 1-3 on the season, and the women are 0-6. Finally, the softball team began their 2020 season on Friday. The Hornets hosted the NorCal kickoff at Shea Stadium against Cal Baptist, St. Mary's, Boise State, UC Santa Barbara, and Santa Clara. On Friday, the Hornets won both games, scoring 8 runs combined and holding Cal Baptist and St. Mary's without a run in each game. On Saturday, Sac State remained undefeated with a 4-3 win over Boise State in 8 innings. Finally, the Hornets defeated UC Santa Barbara on Sunday 5-1. However, Sac State suffered its first loss of the season with a 7-4 loss to Santa Clara on Sunday afternoon. The softball team is 4-1 to begin the season. The baseball team begins the 2020 season on Valentine's Day when the Hornets have a date with UC Santa Barbara. The Hornets have a unique schedule to begin the 2020 season. Sac State will play at home for the entire month of February and into March for the first 12 games, before hitting the road for 11 straight games in the middle of March. I'm Sean Holko, and this has been your State Hornet Sports Update. Mac and Savannah, back to you.
Thanks for that update, Sean. The first ASI Pop-Up Pantry of the semester was on Monday. Olivia Laroa and Alexis Perales talked to ASI about the food pantry services.
Sacramento State's ASI continues its partnership with Central Downtown Food Basket with the first pop-up pantry of the semester on Monday, February 10th.
And what we do is we give out fresh vegetables. We've had some meat in the past and milk.
I really appreciate the service. I feel like it provides really healthy foods and healthy alternatives.
The pop-up pantry is held in the library quad 3 times a month. Students can get up to 5 fresh produce items.
Honestly, I'm thankful for it because there's been some times where I have had food insecurity and I've happened to see it here and it's helped me a lot.
The pop-up pantry and the food pantry in the Union are open to all students, no matter what their financial background is.
And since we have a bit trouble with getting food, since my sister just got WIC and we just had a newborn in our house, I think it's good to go to the pop-ups and get the opportunities you can for food.
You can look at ASI's Instagram for future dates and live updates on the pop-up pantry.
I think it's pretty cool. It'll help out a lot of people.
I believe it can be really helpful towards other students. A lot of students don't know the resources that they have for them.
They need help, and a lot of them are very, very thankful getting what they get and saying, this is my dinner tonight.
This has been Olivia Laroa, Alexis Perales, and Brooke Eulenhop reporting for the State Hornet.
February is Black History Month, and Unique is celebrating with events throughout the month. Events include African-inspired Wednesday Nooners and a lecture from Boots Riley, the writer and director of Sorry to Bother You and In Prison My Whole Life. There will also be a Black Greek comedy showcase and a dance showcase later in the month.
Last week, President Nelson sent out a Sac Send email notifying students that Sac State has suspended all study abroad travel to China due to the coronavirus outbreak. There currently are not any Sac State students or faculty in China.
Well, that does it for our first edition of Hornet News. I'm Mac. Remember, you can catch us online at statehornet.com.
And I'm Savannah. You can also send us news tips and story ideas to our Twitter handle @the State Hornet and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Have a great week, everybody.